Oh, hey, friends. Little preamble before today's episode. So, Paul and myself, are running a giveaway to our patrons as a way to say thank you, as a way to give you something back for the holidays, as a way to show our appreciation for you supporting the show. Now, from November 12th to December 12th, any and all new patrons who sign up for Patreon to support the show are eligible to receive a box from either Paul or myself. And we will do a live stream for all patrons, and we will do a drawing at that point in time. And anybody who has been a patron of the show up to this point is eligible for a different box from either Paul or myself. So everybody's going to get something. No, nay. Everybody has the potential to get something as a way to say thank you for benefiting the show, because we love and appreciate you guys. So again, from November 12th to December 12th, any and all new patrons who sign up for Patreon have the potential to win an object. And that could be like 3 people. So your chances are pretty high. I would say sign up. We love you. We appreciate all the things that you do for the show. And without further ado, here's today's show.
Who are you? Who are you at your very core? And do you live your life in a way that is consistent with your core values? What happens when you don't? Have you ever sold out before? And why? Why did you sell out? Was it for the money? Was it for the fame or the ease of a situation? In the mid-1800s, Frederick Douglass said, "I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false and to incur my own abhorrence." Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. This is going to be a doozy, I guarantee it. I'm your host, Paul Jasper of Copper Pig Fine Woodworking, scientist by day, woodworker by night, and we have a whole cast of characters tonight. We have my boy Eric Curtis in the chair, fine furniture maker and content creator.
I did not see Frederick Douglass coming in the cold open. That was a wild left turn, and I respect the hell out of it.
And we have planemaker extraordinaire Conrad Sauer. And we have not one, but 2 guests on the show tonight. Sean Cheetham and Kate Zambrano. And what is really unique and exciting about these guests is they are not our typical guest of a woodworker. They are, I would say, they're multifactorial artists, or multidisciplinary artists, but I would say primarily painters and illustrators. Would you agree with that?
That works, yes.
Excellent. Okay. And I just want to start by saying, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves in a second, but I just want to say the art that I have seen out of Sean and Kate, and the fact that we have them both here at the same time, the art I have seen out of them is extraordinarily good. I describe them as my new art crushes, and I show anyone and everyone who will listen to me, and I show them all your paintings and your illustrations, because I am so dumbfounded at how good they are. I am so appreciative of you two being on the podcast. Now, I want you two to introduce yourself. However, there's a rub.
Ooh.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you to do this. Kate, I warned you this question was coming.
This is it.
If you were to introduce yourself without mentioning your name, your occupation, or your hobbies, or your nationality, name, hobbies, occupation, or nationality. If you have to introduce yourself without using those 4 things, what would you tell us? Who are you, and how would you describe yourself?
What other things are there about
I don't know. I'm a worm.
Yeah, like what's
I'm
left?
a worm.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's all I identify with.
Anything that makes me me. So You go.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, I don't know.
No one.
Disagree. Yeah, I've heard.
I'm a
Come
no
on.
one.
I know. Like,
Come
what would I say?
on.
Same occupation.
Who are
I
you at your
am-
core? That is not like, I'm a painter. My name's Sean. I'm from Sacramento. Who are you at your core?
Shy middle child.
Oh, nice.
There I am.
Okay.
Oh.
And Sean,
Okay.
and Sean, I'm going to press you. What do you really fucking care about?
Making shit.
Yeah.
Kate?
That's it.
Kate, who really are you behind the labels?
I just want to be a nice person.
I love that.
I do.
That's
It's
a-
true.
that's
It
a-
is very
that's a
nice.
good answer.
It is something I think that fits her very well.
Yeah.
All around.
That's phenomenal. And do you
You did it.
and
Okay, bye.
Next question.
All right, next. We're done.
Conrad, I'm holding your feet to the fire, baby. Everyone knows who you are on this podcast, but do it.
I'm so glad you did not throw that out at me first. It's really tough. I would, I mean, to be honest, to be a decent human being, to be a nice person, but I would love to be someone who enables other people to dream big, or to
So good.
to try and expand what they're doing and know that they can do it.
I love that.
That would be a goal, but that would be an important one.
Eric, you've had far too long to think of your answer.
No copying.
Yeah, but now if I say something altruistic like Kate and Conrad, I just sound like I'm trying to just pretend to be a
So
good
then
person.
just-
And we
so
all
then
here
just
know
be
I'm
yourself.
not. Yeah.
Come on, jump on the bandwagon.
Ooh, okay, so name, hobby, profession, and what was the fourth one?
Location.
Oh, I am someone who finds a great deal of meaning and value in close personal friendships and supporting those friends when they are in need.
You
But see, it just
absolutely
sounds
are.
like dog shit. Like it sounds like I'm just making it up to sound good on the internet.
No, you
that's
you
good.
are that person. You are. I know you.
Sure.
I would also throw teacher in there.
That's fair. I was
I know that
as
you've
I was
done that.
thinking about it, I was really thinking about hopefully somebody who inspires other people to find value and meaning through making things, like find empowerment through that. But that's basically what you said, and I didn't want to copy you.
Right.
All
No,
right. Paul.
Yeah. So obviously, I had the advantage of knowing this question and asking myself this question for months, and I would say I value authenticity so much in every part of my life, whether it's the people or the objects. I have a genuine curiosity about almost everything. And I believe in humanism, that is trying to help others just because we're here together at the same time.
I can confirm. You value authenticity to a point where sometimes it makes people you just meet uncomfortable.
maybe Sean and Kate can.
I think that if we had the chance to, everyone else went first and then we got to add on, I think it would be different, but it's fine.
Do you guys want a round two?
Yeah, you want around two.
No, we're done with this portion.
Nice, being nice is cool.
Yeah.
Teaching,
Nice, he's a middle
inspiring.
child. Blah, blah,
I
blah.
I like teaching, helping people.
Yeah,
We're all here
copy
together.
dancers.
Yes.
That's good, Sean. Nice job. All right. So today's episode is about a topic that Sean threw out there, which is selling out. That's kind of like how we talked about it. I said, Sean, is there something that you are just like locked in on? And he's like, yeah, man, selling out versus like staying true to who you are. And that got me thinking about these two poles, like these two examples as two poles. Like Eric will know, I love to like think in terms of like the full spectrum of possibilities. And often it's good to think about the two limit cases. So that got me to thinking about, well, what is authenticity really? And what is selling out? Like, how do we define these, Mary? How do we define these two axes? And in our early shows, we used to like to come with research. And I decided to roll it back and come with a little bit of research, but then I'm going to pass it all to you guys. So the research I found is by Michael Kernis and Brian Golden. And they interrogated authenticity from a scientific point of view. And I was hooked. I read this paper. I was so absolutely glued to like reading this. So what is authenticity? Like we all think in our gut, we know what authenticity means, but scientists have a way of kind of breaking things down into subparts. So Kernis and Goldman broke authenticity down into four component parts. And I think it's worthwhile mentioning them. The first part is awareness and knowledge of, and trust in one's own motives and feelings and desires and self-relevant cognitions. Like how aware of who you are, like what really moves you are you? Like how good is your awareness? Like, do you know your strengths and weaknesses? Honestly know them. That's the first piece, is self-awareness. The second piece, which I think plays into awareness, is unbiased processing. Ooh. And what that means is as new information comes at you about who you are or what you see yourself doing or environmental cues, do you interpret that with minimal exaggeration or distortion? Because if you're going to have a true sense of authenticity, like if you're going to really know who you are, like you have to have self-awareness. How do you get self-awareness? It's through unbiased processing. If it's not unbiased, you're feeding yourself lies about who you really are. You're telling yourself kind of a fake narrative.
So I think what the internet's for, man. You know?
So I think we want objectivity in analyzing what we see out of ourselves, who we think we are. So awareness is the first. Unbiased processing is the second. The third part of authenticity is behavior. Do you act out what your belief system is? And Conrad, I know you do, big guy. Almost to your detriment at times.
Yeah, it could be.
And the fourth now involves other people and our relationships to other people. Do we make an effort to interact with others in our true uninhibited self? Are we really ourselves to other people? And does that open up the portal of communication between you? And you know it does. Obviously, I'm sure all of you have best friends, right? And why are they best friends? Because you're like, I can be myself with them, right? That's a key piece. So I was like, damn, what a beautiful framework for thinking about authenticity, awareness of self, unbiased processing of information, behaviors that reflect those two, and then they call it relational orientation, which is basically how you interact with others with authenticity.
Was this study specifically about creative authenticity, or was it just authenticity in general?
It's authenticity in general, Eric, and it actually was a very long. This isn't in isolation. They've borrowed on the ideas of like Aristotle all the way to Nietzsche and all the. I mean, they basically reviewed the full philosophy of like self-awareness and authenticity, who we are, and this is their take on it. And okay. I thought it was a really interesting 4-part framework to starting the discussion of like authenticity. When we say authenticity, what do we really mean? And then once we take on authenticity, we can talk about selling out, which I think is a lot easier to, but equal factorial. So Conrad, When you think about authenticity, because dude, I feel like you're one of the most authentic people I've ever met. How would you
Ooh.
define authenticity for yourself?
Oh, I mean, it feels like it's actually a blend of all of that. Maybe it's almost backwards, but a lifelong fear of the idea of selling out, and like just knowing that seeing it and knowing that that's a possibility and a problem, sort of in a backhanded way, kind of helps inform you down your path. I think, or certainly for me, I felt like it did.
What makes you afraid of selling out? That's an interesting verb to use.
Because I see that taking me someplace that I know deep down, if I end up going there, it's going to lead me astray from the standpoint that I will lose focus with what it is that I'm trying to do in the first place. That's
okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, it actually is. I mean, to call it a fear might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but actually not that much. Because it really does. Have always been pretty hyper aware of not wanting to get into a situation where, somebody hands you a bag of money, a really big bag of money, and you get tempted to, make a compromise on what it is that you're doing or know that you ought to be doing, and having the wherewithal and the courage to recognize, no, this isn't for me either at this time or at all.
So, Sean, I want to pivot to you specifically because you're the one who brought up this topic. What does authenticity mean to you? And Kate, please answer after Sean.
That's a tricky one because it's so weird. Like, it's hard for me to like think about authenticity and selling out as two different things. I feel like there's a scale and there's this like kind of, there's my middle child. I'm not on one end or the other. I do like Conrad. I don't want to sell out. No one ever wanted to be a sellout. Like, but if you have a gallery show and you do sell out of all your work, like that's an amazing thing. So that's like, it's kind of part of the deal sometimes if you want to make a life at it. So what's authenticity? I mean, I don't know. Like just that fear of selling out is important. I think those things you listed that they talk that, in the studies, I think that's just like who you are. But it's so hard nowadays too. We're like bombarded with stuff in our face all the time to like be authentic people anymore. It's like a little bit more difficult because there's so many influences coming in all the time that, I think we all came from a time when there wasn't an internet, so we can live life through those experiences. But like nowadays, it's like this whole new world of being authentic is like, what the hell does that mean? Like, is anybody authentic anymore, really? So for me, I mean, it is always like staying true to like your whatever, like what you believe in. But some people believe in making a bunch of money and acting like a douchebag, and that's cool too.
Well, that's authentic to them. No,
I mean, that's
authenticity,
cool, right? Yeah, it's like, and that's like
if that's your highest
thing,
value, for sure.
That's okay. Like, I mean, everyone's kind of built differently.
Well, Sean, what does that boogeyman look like for you in your artistic practice? Like, where did the scales tip from I'm being authentic and selling my work and having some modicum of success into selling out?
Oh man. Well, I think that like it's tricky because I've chosen to do this full time from from college age. I committed to it. So like, you're going to sell out sometimes because that's the whole point. You got to make money doing the thing that you actually like doing. And you're always going to be doing that for somebody else. There's no way I could have had a career doing only what I wanted to do all the time. Mm-hmm. That said, I had this one girl I used to paint and like there became a waiting list for paintings of her. Once there was a waiting list, I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm not painting her anymore because I don't want somebody to tell me what to do. But I was like, and I could have been retired by now, probably.
That's a really interesting differentiation. So listen, I have the same fuck you attitude. So I'm right here with you, brother. But is it the fact that now all of a sudden there were people waiting on the work and you said, well, I don't want to do it? Or was it that you were done with that particular motif, that particular person, that particular creative avenue, and you didn't want to do it anymore?
It wasn't that I was done. It was definitely, so I started painting like all my friends, like these like girls with tattoos, and that became like a thing like 20 years ago. And they're like, "Oh, you're the tattooed chick painter." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I don't paint a guy with tattoos. I'll paint a dog
And
or
then
a
you painted
cat."
a lot of dudes.
And then I just like, "Fuck you guys, I'm gonna paint." And I sold
chinchilla?
nothing. I couldn't
Yeah.
sell. Like I did a show where I put only paintings of guys just to see what would happen. I sold 0 pieces.
Sean,
And
no
then-
one
but,
wants
you
to
know,
look
it
at
doesn't matter.
dudes.
Nobody
I
wants
know.
to look
No
at
one
the
wants
male
to buy
form.
them. Yeah. But I do, I'm like, I think it's
Yeah.
fun to paint anything and everything. And so like it, to me, I think it wasn't that I was done. It was the, don't tell me what to do. Like, fuck off. Like, I'll make it more exclusive now. Now you can't even have it.
All right.
But now I look back, I'm like, shit, maybe I should paint her again. Make some money.
Yes.
Dog.
Yes, Sean. You could have fucking retired, bro.
But then that's selling out, right? That's the
I don't know.
But then you also have the rest of your life to paint whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Exactly. So
This is the tension.
like, yeah. So like when Conrad mentioned somebody throwing a big bag of money at you, if someone throws a big bag of money at me, like, and it's for something I know I can do and I can handle it, and I'm going to do it because we live in California.
We've painted
We've
some
got-
weird
Yeah.
stuff for money.
We've got bills.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got family.
Yep.
You know,
I've got
we're
multiple
talking about that in the
households.
after show.
Okay, we will definitely.
Yeah, we
talk
got
about it.
one
We got stories.
one of my biggest commissions we can talk about, and
was
somebody she knows.
It was my collector.
It's not good.
I
for
hope they don't
public.
subscribe.
Amazing.
Okay.
But yeah,
Wait,
I think
there's
I don't know.
there's 2 things I want to add to this. First of all, Sean,
Mhm.
I heard you tell that story on a previous podcast you were on about the tattoo chicks.
Yeah.
And I find your tattoo chick paintings to be stunningly good. Like
Thank you.
many of your paintings are stunningly good, but something about the subject matter of those is just like a little it factor for some reason. And
Is it because you're a straight man, brother? Like
I mean,
what?
no. It's something about the novelty or unusualness of it. I would say the colors. It's just something about it is visually intriguing, and maybe it's because of a girl, and I'm not aware of my biological tendencies. But as a card carrying biologist, I like to pride myself in knowing my biological tendencies. Eric, Dick. So Sean, my very first thought was, oh no, when you were like, I wouldn't paint it anymore. I was asked to do it. And you were like, you got in like to a show and like, you were like the poster boy for a huge show in London. And it was all over buses and like banners everywhere. And I was like, Sean, you should have done like 5 of those a year and just used all the rest of your time to just build guitars and ride dirt bikes. Like
I know, I
that was,
should've.
it's
But
not
I
too
just
late.
couldn't. It's not
Okay,
too
it's
late,
not
and
too
I do
late.
think about it now because I'm getting tired, and like, I'm just like, it's time to like figure out what I fucked up and like fix it.
Okay, and we're coming back to this when we talk about selling out. Go ahead, Conrad.
Well, so it makes me wonder, maybe it has to do with the manner in which the bag of money is presented. Because there have been times, I'm sure we've all run into it, where you have somebody that asks in a way, I mean, irrespective of money, but where a potential customer asks you to make something, and there's just something about the way the conversation goes that tells you like all the red flags are waving around because that it's not going to work. And so when you get into a situation when somebody's, has a big bag of money, but the way they go about asking for the work or commissioning the piece, that might actually, that can actually still work probably, because if it's done in a way that is respectful, is understanding, that when they really do understand what it is that they are asking, and there's a patronage component. I mean, I think we've all been a benefactor of that as well, where, there are people out there who do, who have done really well in life, and they enjoy what we all respectively do. And so they're willing to put money into it. That's a different thing maybe than selling out in a more crass sense.
So is it more just about following your intuition then, and like feeling the difference between selling out and paying the mortgage?
Well, that's what I'm just that's what I'm actually just kind of wondering about, actually, because
Yeah.
there are cases where somebody will commission something, and just that difference of how it's done, how it's handled, makes a big difference, because it can allow you to keep, if they say, I want this, and this, and they basically outline the whole thing, well, then what exactly are you doing for them? If they say, here's a bag of money, I'm curious to see what you would do if I say, this one sentence, or the feel of this, or however they give you a framework for it.
I mean, that's also, I hear your point, and I agree with you. I feel like we're talking about the absolute end of the spectrum. Like, that's the ideal, right? And that
Sure.
happens a handful of times in your career, where somebody is like, here's all of the money, just make a thing because I trust your artistic vision. Like, there's 7 of those unicorns in your career, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sure, but from the standpoint of having a discussion about, that's you're right, that's one end of the spectrum. But sometimes recognizing that far end of the spectrum allows you then to walk it back and figure out, well, what exactly am I reacting to, or why exactly am I worried about selling out? So that I'm just mentioning it that way, because
Conrad, I
That's
feel
fair.
like you're mentioning it as a point of principle. Like, it just, like,
maybe
the approach that someone comes to you with dictates how you feel about it, whether it's selling out or whether they appreciate your artistry and it's not selling out at all.
I'm just kind of wondering out loud here, and
All right, Kate, you're not off the hook.
I was about to say.
How for you and your work and your sense of self, how do you define authenticity, and how do you feel about it? Is it, obviously it's important to you, but give me some introspection into how you see it.
I mean, like what Conrad was saying about like compromising, like where is it that you're going to compromise yourself? And I feel like everything I make, it's different, whether I'm commissioned by the same person or I'm working for like with a gallery, like I don't know, it's just like this little feeling that you get, like, ooh, like, I don't know if it's how you're approached or whatever, like it's always different, and it's always like just a new not problem, like a new situation that pops up, and then you assess how you're going to handle it and if you do or do not want to do it. But I think that no matter what, like I'm really stubborn, and really like just my moral compass is really loud. So there's so many things that I put myself on the line for because I believe in it, or things that I pass on because I don't like the situation, and I am pretty vehement about that. So go ahead.
What are some of the biggest things you care about most?
I don't like exploitation, and I don't like like, in a small word, like a con. I don't like the used car salesman aspect of people slinging work or using you to get to someone else, like just the game essentially. And that's where things for me get really heated, because I just really don't like how, like Sean's like has the rebel mentality of like, oh, you don't tell me what to do. Like, I'm the same way. Don't ever tell me what the fuck to do. Like,
Oh my God. How do you guys decide on what to make for dinner?
I let her she's like, tell me what you want.
yeah. But it even
She's vegan too, so we just figure it out.
It's fine.
I'll cook a steak.
Whatever I make, he just adds a steak to.
Add steak. Just add steak.
That's the move. That's the move.
Yeah.
That's compromise. That's healthy relationships.
Yeah. I mean, it's even like to the detriment of myself, where like Sean knows everything. He knows about every supply. He really does know everything about painting, color, texture, everything. Any question you could think of, like Sean has an answer for. But I taught myself how to draw and paint, so I'm seriously so stubborn where like I could have the answer immediately, but I want to figure it out to like prove to myself that I can do it. So like even within the spectrum of our conversation of selling out, like, can I sell out myself to have this world-renowned master artist teach me stuff? No, I can't.
I will not ever give my opinion to her on her work or give.
Yeah,
any
Sean,
sort of-
fuck
Like,
you.
I asked.
Fuck you and all you know.
But it's like I
Yeah.
lots of money
Yeah.
for it, and I'm like, why
you gotta
can't
pay
I just?
me to have an opinion.
Yeah, like you could pay him a lot of money for his opinion, and I
Otherwise,
get it.
I'm-
I could have it for free, but I just something inside me will not let me do it. So I don't know. Just like the aspect of authenticity, it is situational. Like every day, there's like 5,000 things
situational.
that. Yeah, like I think it's situational authenticity, and just I don't even have an example because it's everything throughout the day. Can I eat this thing without feeling like shit about myself? Can I actually let this conversation with this friend slide, or should I tell, or do I risk our friendship or having a fight by telling them that they hurt my feelings? Like on and on and on and on and on all day long.
Is it
Maybe I'm just
is it
neurotic.
paralyzing?
Sometimes it can be, but you know, I have to be able to go to sleep at night. And so
Oh,
I am playing
absolutely.
through everything that I've said. I'm going to think about this tonight before I go to sleep. And I'm going to be like, I said such dumb shit.
Hey, I promise you I will one-up you before the end of this episode. I promise.
Okay, Kate. Before we move on to a different topic, what I want, you said it's so situational. Like there's every artist, every commission that approaches you is different. Every ask is different. Every situation. What is your ideal commission relationship look like?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't had it, so I don't even
It's
know
the
what to
big
say.
bag of money
It's
and
the
do what
big
you
bag of
want.
money, and
Yeah.
Do your
well, even
thing.
with that, because I have been
That's
like,
the
I have
ultimate.
been commissioned, like, do whatever you want. Here's the size I want. This is the medium. Go. And then I'm just like, but what do you like? Like, what are you going to put
Yeah.
around it? Like
Blank white page
and then-
syndrome. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah, I
that's
get
even
that.
overwhelming. I don't know. The answer is I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know
All right.
what my ideal commission would be.
Can I ask you, do you feel like a commission is the best avenue for creative authenticity, or is that
No.
immediately tainted because it's not like you have a
immediately
deadline, you have a budget, you have somebody else to consider?
An art director
So that's-
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
such a good
Whatever it is,
question.
a
It's
gallery
true.
show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
instantly, and especially if they pay in advance. I got a bunch of commissions for the holidays, and I'm like, I spent that money already. Like I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
There's nothing worse than that, man.
I only take only
I don't-
half. I like
Can
to
you pay
leave
me
it.
again?
Yeah, no way.
Yep.
I need
take
incentive.
I take 0 until it's done
I've-
to avoid
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't
I
trust.
wish
I don't
could,
trust
but
people
I've-
enough
yeah,
to take 0.
I've definitely gotten
That's
into
fair.
tables where I'm like, no.
Yeah, we need to both be committed. You give me
Yeah.
half. to
Usually
know
I do
you're
half and
committed,
half.
and I'll do my half, and then we'll finish it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. So we've talked about authenticity a lot. We've talked about a conceptual framework for it from the research psychology literature. We've talked about through 4, like, I view the 4 of you as stellar, amazing artists. Like, to hear your views of authenticity to me is a gift. And now I think we could pivot to
That was,
Vicky!
that was awesome.
Get Vicky in here for a little voiceover moment.
Vicky. They want you to say something.
Get her on the
My
horn.
man needs his eagle rare.
That's another key
so
to a
cute.
sustained relationship right there.
Wow.
She just destroyed my moment I was having with the 4 of you. Fuck that.
No, that was
I know.
perfect.
I just
You
feel
were
very
texting
lucky
her,
to
weren't
have.
you, about it?
I did. I texted her. I
Weren't even
just
listening
view
to
the
us.
4 of you as very exceptional artists, and to have your views on this, I feel very fortunate. So that was the discussion about authenticity. So let's switch to the opposite pole, which is selling out. We all kind of spoke to it in a way that was negative. So the one question I asked all of you before the episode, we try to keep the episodes fresh. Like, I don't like to rehearse too much. Like, the first time you say something, it's truly magic because you're expressing it for the first time. You're kind of figuring out in your own brain for the first time. And so the way you express it is even cooler than the second, third, fifth time. So I asked all of you the question, what does selling out mean to you personally? And how would you define that term for you in particular? Eric, let's start with you.
I totally remember when you asked me that question, and I
Oh,
have
Jesus
an answer
Christ.
prepared. What does selling out mean to me? Well, Webster's defines selling out as. Here's what I'll say. I think if I were to take on a project that somebody commissioned me to take on, this is kind of irregardless of the amount of money. If I take on a project and immediately those vibes are, you're going to do the thing that I want you to do, and not work through the creative process in the way that you are used to, then that is how I would define selling out, because I am doing a thing for money that is not nourishing my creative passion, and ultimately probably detracting from the creative direction of my career.
All right, Conrad, what was your definition of selling out?
It would be if I notice that my decision making is influenced by the bag of money, or by a status or power or whatever you want to call it, anything other than the work itself and the work that I want to do. To me, that's an indicator that I'm crossing a line, or I'm too close to a line.
Conrad, does a successful artist have to be impoverished?
No, not at all. So the other side to that is, I have continually tried to figure out a way to be able to do the work that I really truly enjoy doing. Hopefully, find enough people that are willing to support it, and then that affords me to do all of the other shit that I want to make with that, baseline of work. And then as time goes on, then you drop the one thing and then you focus on the next thing, and they just, tumble along after each other. If that makes sense.
It does.
That's the goal anyway, or that's the goal.
Conrad, you are one of the most principled people I've ever met in my entire life, and I love you for it.
It's maybe a blessing and maybe a curse.
Well, all I know is I fucking love it.
Thank you.
Sean, what did you come up with for your definition of selling out? Look, you're the one who came up with this episode.
I know. Right. I know. I mean, I think,
but it'd be a sellout move to define selling out, brother.
Fuck off.
No way. Right. I'm out of here. You guys talk about it. Yeah, I mean, I do. Like, I think the same things. I think, like, if you're kind of compromising what you believe in or whatever, but I'm totally guilty of doing it too, more often than probably not, because how else are you going to have a career? I mean, maybe in some fields, but as a painter, as an illustrator, like, I was trained to sell out, from the beginning. Like, the
but Sean, wait, Sean, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. Like, every time you make a painting, I feel like you're classifying so much as selling out.
Well, I work for the United States Mint and design coins. I'm a full sellout there. I do whatever they tell me to do.
No.
And then they say, now do it better, and I have to do that. Like, that's 100% sellout.
That's called eating, dog. Like, that's
eating, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it is. It's like,
Yeah.
as a career, I do feel like selling out is it has negative connotations, but what does it come from too? Like, where's like selling your soul to the devil or whatever, if you want to get into religion. But,
I feel like it's compromising.
But Robert
your
Johnson is
principles.
awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
but I do that, and I have to do that sometimes, and that's
which principles of yours are you compromising when you do a job?
Well, like for the let's say for the Mint, like it is
let's
just I just don't like doing like what other people tell me, so like that's my own personal thing. It's like constantly. And then there's like the these like the art directors that are like, you should do this or do that, and I think I don't believe their opinion. I don't think it's right, but I have to just bite my lip and do the thing because it's a job. And I need to get the paycheck. And like, in the end, I know it. It might, maybe if it got to the point where they made me design a coin of somebody I didn't want to design, then I'm out. Which they're
But Sean,
working on,
I feel like this
but they
is a
didn't ask me
mixed
to do it.
scenario. Like I from speaking from us chatting, it seems to me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that you find the idea of illustrating a coin to be an important topic. Like there's legacy associated with it, there's importance associated with it in your mind. So from that point of view, you're not selling out, not at all. You think this is a profound opportunity and moment. All right. So from that point of view, you're not selling out. But then to take input from those, or to take a type of input that you don't think is right and to do it anyway, you kind of do view as selling out. So it's a little split is what I'm seeing.
For sure. And I do think like the job itself, even like some of them I don't like more than others. And like, I don't know. It's a tricky, like I don't really stand on one. I can't, because like I sell out all the time, and I just try to like, I don't know. Like the coins, like it's different because it is a commercial gig. It's the job. It's the way it's presented to me. It's for a fixed amount of money, which I'm like, it's like, I would like a bigger bag of money if you're going to tell me what to do so much, or like,
I mean, hard saying, brother.
People.
Dude, you got to go back to the tattoo chicks.
I know.
So, Sean, can I ask you this? Seriously. Like the coin is an interesting example to me because your name is not attached to it, right? Like it's a job you're doing for the U.S. Mint. You're getting a paycheck, pay the mortgage at the end of the month, feed yourself, feed the dogs. So what in your mind is making you feel like that's selling out when in fact it's really, like, from my perspective, the way I hear it is like, as a furniture designer, as a content creator, and then periodically I have done jobs at cabinet shops to just like, pad out the bills. And when I go to the cabinet shops, it's not my work. I don't give a fuck. I'll make whatever the fuck you want me to make. Just sign the check at the end of the fucking day, because it's not my name on that. So it doesn't sound like you're differentiating those two things, though. It sounds like the pride in your workmanship of what will ultimately be owned by the U.S. government and what is known as your work hit like equally to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that like, well, I do get to put my initials on it, so I will get that, which is
okay.
We do get to go down in history, but I think any illustration work or any commission work for me, almost any of it is selling out.
Because someone's telling you what to
Someone's telling me what to do. Yeah. It's just like
it comes back to that punk rock mindset, dog.
100% of the time, I'd rather not do it.
I guess that maybe is the difference between like
I'd rather go do what I want to do. 100% of the time, you give me a job, no, I want to go do something else. But like that's not how I make money. I make money doing things other people want me to do.
So is a component of it the fact that it's consuming too much time? Like if it were
absolutely, for not enough money.
But it's also
days. It's not even a long time.
Right, but it's too much. But it's also too much time for the reward, for the duration of time that you've compromised.
Definitely, like when we, some of the big commissions I've done, where I'm like, well, I don't necessarily want to paint this dude with these cheetahs. But the bag of money was so big that it was going to be, and the time I could do it. I'm so
excited
fast.
to hear about that one,
dude with cheetahs.
Okay, can we draw that logic out to its end conclusion? Because I could also see that mindset coming in an area of like, now you have a patron who comes in and says, here's however much money you need, however long it takes, whatever you want to make, go make it. And then if you you still can get to the point of like, well, now this fucker wants me to make it, so I'm fucking out.
Right. Yeah, I might do that.
Like that. Yeah. That's exactly what he would do.
Or in the end of it, I'd be like, that wasn't enough money.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean, why'd I start this whole conversation?
Sean, this was your fucking topic.
I needed this for therapy. I needed to figure some things out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kate, are you as high maintenance as Sean about selling out?
Yes.
Yeah. But
it's a little different for me though, because I am a woman. So like people are and have been trying to buy me. like as a commodity. Like whenever Sean and I got together, I had like these solid collectors that think because they bought something from you, they now own a piece of you, and they like take. And so Sean's like, no, like no more of that.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, can you
like,
explain that further? I didn't quite
Like-
I get what the rough idea
Yeah.
of what you're saying, but like, could you be more like explicit
So,
about like what do you mean
yeah.
take?
they want to know where I am. Why am I not responding to the emails when it's like we had a business transaction, but now because people connect very deeply with art and they connect very deeply with certain pieces of art, and you can never know when you're going to connect, blah, 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 blah. But people connect to it, and then you've made that for them, and so they feel that you now have a connection. And when you make art for people, I don't know, maybe you guys experience this too, people like to share with you their experiences on why they've connected to it, so they feel a very deep connection with you when you maybe don't reciprocate that deep well of feelings, because they're pouring a lot into it, and this is a job for you. Not that you make it without feeling, but it's very different on their side of it. And because I want to be a nice person, I also want to tell people like, yes, I totally understand that. I've gone through hard times too, on and on and on. And now you're instantly connected on their end, and they really want a piece of you. They want to essentially own that piece of you, because now they're even more special because they have this piece of art from you, and they are now in your life. So it gets a little more tricky, because like people don't share with Sean that type of stuff like as much. They do tell him how much his artwork means to them and all that, but he's, I don't know, more aloof, and not aloof, but just like you're not like reachable on that level where I'm like really
I'm
trying
not
to like
open.
have a humanistic,
closed.
like, he's much more closed and reserved and like, and
Well, Kate, that's how you introduced yourself at the episode. Like, you're like, I care about people, right? Isn't that
Yes. Which I like. It's weird because I also hate people, so it's a
She
very.
does.
I'm a
we all maintain
contrarian.
or all contain dualities.
It's an
you know?
illusion.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is, sorry, go ahead, finish.
No, I'm done.
What's interesting to me is it sounds like you're describing the parasocial relationship that everybody talks about exists on social media.
Yes.
But you're getting that through the gallery space, through the clientele space, through selling your work. That's real.
Yes.
I've never heard that or considered how they would. So that happens to me a lot. People observe me on the internet, and then they write me some very heavy DMs or emails. And sometimes if I don't respond, then they get angry and they send follow-up emails. Like, I deserve a response. And it's like, dog, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
you're just talking to yourself in my messages.
Right. You're just shouting into the void.
Well,
I've gotten
as they
some
say, Eric,
crazy
you buy the artists, not the art sometimes, right? So they want to, like Kate was saying, they want a piece of you. They want to relate to you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's true more than it's not.
Is that selling out?
I've seen people, like, I've had friends who like sold a painting to somebody, and then they came to town or whatever, and they couldn't make, like, they felt like they were owed dinner, like to at least go out to dinner. Like, you owe me your time now because I bought something from you, and like turned into this big thing. It's like, no one owes you anything. You bought a painting, you got a painting. That's it.
Yeah, it's weird.
We're not in a relationship now. We're
people
not.
Get very
we're not
stalkery.
friends now. We're not anything. It's just a client relationship.
Yep.
So
I
then
feel like that. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's definitely just like essentially like one facet of the selling out portion, where it's like, I know that I'm setting myself up for this, but I'm going to, because I got to pay the bills. And it's like,
or you think it'll lead to repeat business, maybe? It'll
lead to repeat business. I just want them to feel good about themselves and what they're like deciding on doing. Like, I get a lot of people also who, not a lot, but there have been a number of people who have, come to me about very deep mental issues that they might be having and deep struggles and things. And so then feel really bad, like leaving them hanging. So then there's like now an added layer onto it.
You do get people that come at you for that. Should charge for it.
So I'm seeing a spectrum of answers. So Kate and Sean, you're kind of speaking, like, if I could summarize the essence of kind of where you're coming from, is like, this is a job, the work is a commodity. You paid for it. Here's your thing that you paid for, and that's that. Like the the transaction is complete. And Kate, you're a bleeding heart empathetic, and so you can't help but like, I get pulled in a little bit, and now Conrad.
Yeah, I know. This is
You
this is
Fucking
interesting.
stone cold killer out there, that Conrad.
Conrad,
I know.
you often welcome that. Please,
Totally.
please.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's why I'm sitting here, right? I mean, you're a customer, Paul, from a long time ago, and that has evolved into the fact that we've gotten to know each other, and I'm sitting here.
Conrad, come on. Explain to the listenership doesn't know who you are about getting.
To me, the making of stuff is, I think that's how I express myself, and that's how I express myself to other people. It somehow feels like that is so the idea of putting a little bit of yourself in all of your work. I completely agree with that. That happens to me all the time, and it does take something from you. So when I take that thing and pass it to somebody else, I just want to really know who is it that I'm passing it to, because it can really matter, and it can be the deciding factor between do I hand it or not. Because I actually
that's my favorite part of it too. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, and I actually really enjoy when I will involve a customer in as much of the process of the making of their widget as I can. And as they're interested in, if they want to go along for the ride. I've had a client come over and hand plane their tabletop because they were interested in it. And I thought, why the hell wouldn't I do that? Because to me, I enjoy that interaction, and I enjoy allowing them to see and experience what it is that I do, and partly why it costs what it costs. It's a bit of a different thing, maybe doing more traditional art versus making tools, making furniture. But I found that the relationship component that comes out of some of those interactions has been incredibly valuable. And I've gotten to the point now where the work itself, it's not checking the boxes like it used to. It's not as challenging as it used to be, which is why I'm doing other stuff as well. But it's actually the people that I really, really enjoy working for. And so that's almost the yin to the yang of what you described, which is it's just interesting to me.
But I like Conrad, that too. Sorry,
Paul.
No, I almost, through all of our conversations recently, I almost, and I'm kind of following your camp. The work is fulfilling to me. Like it speaks to me. It's important to me, but it's almost a vehicle to connect me with another human, which I find almost equally or sometimes even more compelling than the work itself. Yeah. And one thing I noticed about you is you are open to the possibility, almost in every single customer, you are open to the possibility that this is a quality human and they may bring something new to my life or my philosophy, and I'm open to getting to know them. And you foster that through the pictures, the communication, the constant check-ins when you're making their plane. Like, and sometimes they pick it up at your house, right?
Yep.
And you become personal friends from that visit.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I've done road trips with people who started off as a customer. So
that's amazing.
It's just a very different. It's interesting to me because I understand, Kate, exactly what you're saying, because I'm aware of that side to it too, and so maybe I don't know. Wow. I don't know. They can clearly both exist at the same time.
I think they do, because that's why I keep doing it, because I love that. I've actually taken a road trip with a collector as well. Like, he's one of my best friends. He helped us move. Like, it is why I keep doing it. I do love connecting to people, meeting other people, like listening to their, stories, but it's whenever they start getting demanding, that's whenever it's like the compromise.
Yeah.
Also, like women have to deal with creepy dudes too.
I've gotten a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
people
yeah.
That's
saying
a
Very-
stuff.
level.
Sean's
like,
had to intervene
yeah,
quite
like
a few
if someone
times.
wants to be creepy to me, bring it. Like,
Yeah. Stab a motherfucker. Like,
Sean,
get the fuck
I
out
want to
of
be
my face.
creepy to you right now.
bring it on.
We'll all go.
There's girthy Mike.
Kate, if it makes you feel better, I think I'm more closely aligned to with where you're at. And
I did
both
hear
Conrad
about some
and
of those
Paul,
things.
The DMs.
both Conrad and Paul, I think, are rare in that they are two of the people who have the most emotional space for new people. Like they are open to everyone and anyone, which is wild to me because I can't operate that way. Otherwise, like I'll never fucking make a thing.
Yeah.
But that because that's where my creative expenditure goes is into trying to voice things through objects. And if I am constantly getting to know someone new and investing in new relationships, then like that the water is pulled from one well and into another. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So that is fascinating. Like I see both sides at the same time. And I think maybe it's a question of scale. Because if you're selling 1,000 items a year or 10 items a year or 1 item a year, that very much dictates how much emotional energy and investment you can put, right?
It's true. Yeah, for sure.
So perhaps it's an element of scale of your own personal life, how much room you have. If you're fucking balls to the wall busy all the time, you don't have time to know customers. You're just trying to survive. Whereas if you're older, you own the house, the kids are grown up, you have a little more time, a little more leeway. Sure. Invite that into your life if you choose. So I feel like there's some like conditional pieces to this. A fascinating discussion. The one piece I wanted to bring up is about selling out, coming back to the idea of selling out. Is it conditional? So for example, Sean, I'm going to put you on the spot because it's fun. Let's say you're like, I don't want to work for the man. Fuck this. It's not my ideas. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. But let's say you have an intense need. We're going to lose our housing, or my kid is sick, or my parents dire. It's dire. Like the money component becomes dire. Does that change in situation now not feel like selling out because the demands have changed? Before it was about what I like to do and my art. And then it's like, oh shit, my kid needs this treatment. Suddenly money becomes an unequivocally important thing. Are you still selling out if the condition changes?
Oh, for sure. I mean, no. I mean, it is conditional. I'll rob a fucking bank if I need the money. Like, whatever. You know what I mean. Like if
any of the audience who's listening is in law enforcement, Sean does not really mean that.
Purely metaphorical.
Purely
metaphorical.
I would. Nowadays, it's not as easy as like Heat, the great movie. But no, for sure. But I've also had a career. Like my whole career, I've been at this for over 20 years. I taught for 20 something years. I started showing in early 2000s. I've been living practically month to month for that 25 years. And so I'll take the job because I have the bills. I've got bills. I've got the ex-wife bills. I've got the, California bills right now. I've got taxes. I got all that stuff. So there's always an aspect of me having to sell out. I mean, it's just the way it is.
But is it selling out, Sean? Sean, if you've got to pay your bills, is that selling out?
I think so.
If he doesn't want to do it, then
because I don't want to do it, but it's fine. But it's selling out. That's acceptable, right? But it's still to me, it is selling out. If I could sit at home and be and just do the work, never go on social media, I wouldn't even share it. I don't give a shit about sharing my work other than to try and get more work. I would stay home. I would work, make whatever I wanted. I would be doing it all day, every day. I wouldn't sit around. I wouldn't work for the mint. I wouldn't do commissions. I wouldn't teach. I'd just be making shit. So that's any of that to me is all selling out.
And so what would you do if you could have that perfect scenario and you could make all the shit that you wanted to make, as much of it as you wanted, and you did it? What would you do with it? Where would it go? Would you be interested?
I wouldn't even care. It'd go into the storage with everything else I've made, I guess. So it's not about to me, it's not about always getting it out there. It's about doing the thing and making it.
You should really come over and see all the things.
I do.
There's just so many things.
I'm a mess. I do engraving, like Paul talked about. I dabble in woodworking. I blacksmith and do knife making. I'm super obsessed with pizza and about to start a pizza business. I'm doing the mint stuff. I do gallery work. I do teaching. I travel for workshops. I do in-person teaching. I don't know what else.
And then every 2 weeks, he goes and sees his son.
I'd fly I drive to see my son. I would chill out and just keep making what I made I wouldn't care. I'd just give it away. Honestly, I'd be fine giving it away.
Okay.
If I didn't, that'd be cool. I like people having my stuff, and I'm not into necessarily hoarding. I don't like my own work. I don't care. I always think I can do better, but I would be making and then just giving it away. That'd be great. I'm fine.
So
you'd still be making, and that's the important
it'd
thing.
Be completely
that's the thing that
constantly.
drives you.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
How many things? This is what I'm wondering right now. Listening to you talk about how everything is selling out effectively is what you're saying.
And you making money, I guess.
Anytime you pay your bills, you're a goddamn sellout. How many pieces have you made in the entirety of your career over the last 25 plus years that you felt were that sold specifically, that aren't sitting in a storage unit somewhere, that you felt were authentic and were not selling out?
I'd really have to go look, because there's probably been thousands of pieces. Because if I did it for a gallery show, I was thinking about money. If I did it for commission, I was trying to please them. And so in illustration work, I definitely all the girl tattoo paintings. That was me just painting my friends at the time that I was hanging out with.
So that's authentic, Sean.
That was authentic because
you just
I wasn't
happened to sell it.
I didn't have a gallery. So they were done. The intention of them wasn't necessarily to sell them. But at the same time, it's I know a pretty girl was going to sell. And I know tattoos at that time, tattoos on a girl in a painting were
in a
weird.
classical way.
We're different, which nowadays everyone fucking does. It's not unique anymore.
Did you know that at the time? Did you know as you started that series that you were everybody loves the female form, people love tattoo girls, it might sell? Or was it just a thing where you were like, this is the thing I got to do?
It was more of this thing I got to do. It made sense to paint things that meant something to me, because I'd spent a lot of time in classes painting models, and then they're dressed in armor and shit. What year is it? But I love armor. Don't get me wrong. I will be making armor on my days off too.
And swords.
I'd be at the Renaissance Fair. Yeah, swords, armor, knives, all that. Chainmail. But
so you'd be a cosplayer if you were independently wealthy. Is what I'm
probably
LARPer.
Yeah.
LARPing.
I have even looked into Medieval Times was hiring. I'm like, okay, all right, maybe you can get a job.
Medieval Times.
A world-renowned painter's Medieval Times. Let's go. Fucking drumstick and a stein of beer.
That's how you know he's living his best. When we hear that Sean got that job at Medieval Times, we know he's living his best fucking life.
I did it. I made it.
Oh, that's his fucking Cancun. He's like, find me in the arena, baby.
Cancun.
Okay, so anyway, so you made thousands of pieces, and how many of these do you feel like weren't selling out? A handful,
probably
100?
very small, a small handful, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because every once in a while, there's
Sean, what you mean by that is the intention while making it was totally pure, and it just happened to sell later. You had no idea it would sell. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I would say, but I would say when I was young in my career and hungry to have a career, I'm thinking about that. Absolutely. I'm not I'm just a free artist that doesn't need to make a living. It's holy shit, I'm out of school. I've got no safety net, and now I've got to make money doing a thing that I like. Happened to be, I liked a thing that was unique, but there was always the intention of trying to sell all of it and make a lot of money.
All right, Sean, I have a counterpoint. You and I are making cabinet together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a Gothic style cabinet with paintings, right? And you and I are all over the moon about the possibilities. We talk about it every day. We send messages back and forth, the possibilities every day. We know we're probably going to sell it.
Yeah.
But I feel
Don't
as
put
though
that in his head, Paul. What are you doing,
Oh,
man?
you
You're
just
gonna ruin
you
it.
I already
just
changed
fucked it
my
up.
mind this
You
week.
just
Come
fucked it
on,
up.
buddy.
I was like, let's make that money. I know some people with some fat bags of money we can.
I feel, oh God, really?
But no,
I feel as
I
though-
told you I didn't want to sell
Wait.
it. So
I know, but like I figured, like you got bills to pay. Let's sell it, and we can make another one. Like, all right. Anyway, my question is, I feel as though, and correct me if I'm wrong, you and I, our intentions are absolutely pure. I am not making this based on what I think is going to sell. I am making it in 100% off what I and you think is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Is that selling out?
no, and my intentions on this were 100% not to sell out. It was just like this cool thing. Let's see what we can do.
But
And
even
then
though
I don't
we're
know
going
why,
to
like,
sell
I
it,
changed. Yeah, well, but in the beginning, I told you, like, I said I didn't want to. So my intention going in was definitely like, let's make the coolest thing that we've ever made that we'll like. But now,
Yeah,
as
but-
time's passed and we've thought about other stuff, I'm okay with it being for sale because I thought, well, I don't have any places to keep it.
okay,
I don't
but
have any
is that
flat
selling
surfaces.
out?
I mean, if I change the design now and I start thinking about what people will buy, yes, then I'm selling out.
Don't you fucking dare.
I know. I'm not. No, you
Sean,
don't have to worry about that with me.
Listen, you listen to me right now.
No tattooed girls on this at all.
We might put one on a secret.
On the inside.
Yeah.
But listen, if you stay true to who you are, I think in essence it will be even more saleable than had you engineered
I
it.
think so. I think
in
so.
some ways,
In
as
a
long
lot
as
of
it's not a
ways, but-
dude.
Right. See, and that's what, but at that time I was like, I just want to paint my guy friends, when that happened. And so I was being very true to myself, and I got a lot of good responses on the work. People really like them. And over the years, I've had people be like, someday I'm going to buy that. It's like, whatever. Someday's not here yet. So, but those, I have all those pieces left. Like they're the ones that I felt the most proud of at that point in my career.
Wow.
Just never sold them. I think they're still fucking cool, but ain't no one buying them.
I mean,
So
I agree. I think probably the best 4 or 5 pieces I've ever made in my entire career, every one of them is in this house.
Wow.
Because
And
like
that's fine.
nobody
There's
nobody
nothing
buys
wrong with
those,
that.
and that's
Yeah.
but
that's
but I
fine.
do think what happens is they see those and then maybe they lodge in their brain, maybe they sit around for a few years, and then a few years down the road they commission you to make something else, and then we both win because I got to make a speculative piece that I needed to get out and exist in the world, and then you also come back to me later on and commission me to do something new and interesting that's related to that idea.
And you sold
That's
out.
the perfect
at that
commission.
Point, Eric.
I mean, I sold out
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah. That OnlyFans pays the bills, baby. That's right.
All right, last question about selling out. All right, so it's kind of a utilitarian question. Is it selling out if you compromise your artistic vision to create a product that will bring happiness to millions, let's say? Like if you could make this slight change, it would bring happiness to millions of people. Whereas if you keep it 100% pure to your vision, it might only reach a few.
What is this, the fucking train paradox out here? Like you pull the
God,
lever
I hate
and
that one.
you save one person but kill 10?
Kate, what do you say?
Yes, it's still selling out. You change something about your inception.
Yeah, fuck
Like
all those
you
people that you made happy.
I'll do it and I'll be so happy. I'm like, yay, I saved the train with all the people, but like
won't sleep
it
at night.
wasn't my original thought. So like the inception
Mm.
is different. Still great. I got the money, everyone's saved, no one died, everyone's happy, but it is still selling out because I had to change it. But it's not
you guys
bad.
are
Not all selling
that's
out is
okay.
bad.
Yeah, right. Like selling out doesn't have to be bad.
It doesn't have to.
Oh, please. Whoa. That's a new thought. Please develop that. What do you mean selling it? Like the way we've been talking, selling out is like selling your soul to the devil. What do you mean it's not bad?
Yeah, but if you got to pay
But
bills,
I gotta pay bills.
Yeah, like if you got to support a child, it would be bad to let them starve to stay true to your.
It'd be worse. It would be
I
worse.
slept at night, but my kids on the street.
So it would be much worse, and that's the point. Is that we live in a society where we need money and we need to make money, and if we want to do art all the time, then we got to use that to make money. Then you're going to have to do a little bit of things you don't want to do.
Yeah, and it's a scale too. Like it's a spectrum of like what you can and cannot live with. Like, did I have to change a little bit or did I change a lot? And then now are you asking a lot more from me? Like, it's just.
And are you aware of that you're doing it?
Yeah.
Or are you just loving the fact that you're doing it?
Yeah.
You're
Are you like everyone
money?
loves me now?
The awareness thing you talked about in the beginning. Like,
Wow. Oh, wait, there's two questions. Sorry, Eric, I saw you queuing up for a base hit.
So I'll put it back in the pocket.
Okay. There's two questions. First of all, I want all four of you to tell me where on the spectrum, like you said, it's a sliding scale, how often you sell out, right? Where are you on that spectrum? Let's start with that. How often do you feel like you're selling out? Conrad, you go first. How often do you feel like you sell out?
I know I must. Like I like it's not
Zero.
It's, no, it's not. It's not
Hard
zero.
disagree.
It's not zero. It's not
One.
It's,
It's the most pure men we have left on the North American continent. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, I try to avoid it as much as I can, but of course, it happens. Like you have to make those decisions, and it's a lot. That's why earlier on I said the manner in which it's approached does really influence if I'm going to do it or not, and if it's done respectfully. And the other thing is that if it's also done that kind of checks some curiosity buttons in me. Like I've had people, kind of press the big red shiny button just to kind of see what happens, and they know that the effect that it's going to have is, oh shit, this could be interesting, and then you just go, right? So that's the other side of it, where in a way I'm doing a job. Like I'm doing work for somebody. So by its very nature, I am compromising, I am selling out, but the circumstances and the parameters of it are very agreeable. And it's not a money thing. It's just, this person, what they're interested in, I think that's an interesting exercise. I'm curious to see where that could go. I like them as people. I think I'd like to work for them and with them. So that's a green light for me. But so that there is a form of selling out that's happening there, because I'm allowing somebody else to nudge me along. But sometimes that can actually it can lead to stuff that I'm intrigued enough to be curious. I'm curious enough to allow that to happen sometimes if the circumstances are right.
All right. So I need two things. I need to say one thing and ask you another thing. The thing I want to say is having someone ask you to do something is not, at least in my definition, selling out. Eric, you're nodding.
I agree wholeheartedly. What that is like, that's just them giving you the size of the canvas,
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
That's
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's not selling out to me. They say, I want a sushi board, and I'm thinking of like some sort of ocean theme. I welcome that input, because the white page syndrome is overwhelming sometimes. Just a little bit of direction, I welcome. That is not selling out. I am happy to flex my artistic muscles in that vein. It's without restriction. It's just like an ocean theme. Jesus Christ. There must be 5 billion ocean themes we could try. Like,
sure.
So it's not like they're limiting me or telling me who I am as an artist or what to do. I don't view that as selling out at all. I view that as helpful direction. And from that point of view, our designers, Conrad, I know you feel this, designers are solving problems, right?
Yeah.
Are 100% of designers selling out by that definition? Meaning someone tells them what to do?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I think maybe that definition of like someone told me to do it or it gave me any input is a little.
I think it depends a little bit too, though, on what maybe hits that creative red shiny button, right? Because part of it is that was my training, was in graphic design, and so you spend a lot of time trying to figure out what the customer or client's parameters are, and then figure out within all of those confines, how do you figure out what it is that they actually want? Because most of the time they're not clear on what they want, and then do something creative within those confines. So that's often what a designer is having to deal with.
Okay, so ask you on the spot, are all designers sellouts?
No, I don't think so.
So we're having a difference in definition of what selling out means here. Like,
But also-
Well,
Like,
I think part of it
careers.
is the positive. Is selling a. We all are talking about it as though it's a negative connotation, and
I love selling out.
and most often that's the connotation it has. But I think there are cases and instances where it maybe actually can have a positive connotation to it.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. Okay, and the second part was give me a fucking percentage, not a long answer. What percent of the time do you sell out, Conrad?
Under 50 for sure. I don't know.
Oh God, you're way under 50. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having to rethink all of this in light of this whole conversation.
That's the point of this podcast. Eric,
No,
what
for
percent
sure.
are you?
I don't know. I like looking at it purely logically from a business standpoint. Somewhere probably around 70 to 80% of my business is YouTube and social media. So if we're gonna, by all of the definitions I've heard so far, it seems as though I would have to say at least that percentage is, is selling out.
What percent do you feel that you compromise your own principles?
I feel
and
like
sell out?
compromise is like, I don't feel I ever compromise. I feel I make choices. And there are projects I've made in the last couple of years where I've went more video heavy than object heavy as far as the design and execution goes. But also, I didn't feel like I had much to offer in making that object. I didn't have anything to say. So I felt okay making the choice to make more videos and have more sponsors and have more income. Whereas like the last piece I just made, the cabinet, which you and I talked about on the last episode, that was pure, like, I have to get this thing out of my soul and it just has to exist in the world. So it's no longer inside of me. And that I recorded it because I knew that like I couldn't spend 2 months making a thing and not making any income. So I'm cutting the video. I was cutting it together today. It's going to come out in 2 days. And I still have no idea how I'm going to tell that fucking story. But it's like, that to me was 100%. I made the thing because I had to make it. That's the purest of intentions that I could possibly work with. And just that the camera was rolling was just a way to be like, okay, I will still be able to recoup some amount of income from this piece, which I'm never going to sell. Like I can't sell that piece.
No
so,
way.
you know, so there has to be some way to make a couple of doubloons from, you know,
Doubloons.
2.5 months of work. Rubies, fucking, you know,
Doubloons.
whatever you got, dog.
What era and what location are we in? With
There's no way to fucking know. There's no way to know.
Okay.
Rupees, you know, what do you got?
Just like Conrad, you gave me verbal diarrhea instead of a percentage.
I let off with fucking 70 to 80%, dog. Just because you don't listen to me, Paul, doesn't mean I don't say words. This is why Vicky and I are friends.
Okay, Eric, Dick, and there's one other thing. Like you and I have talked about doing ads. Like
Sure.
you do ads in your YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like selling out often. And I struggle with this when companies approach me and they're like, and Sean and Kate, you guys are down on this. Companies approach you and say like, hey, like, would you feature this product? And it's so hard to figure out where's the line. Like, what do you feel comfortable with? When is it selling out versus when is it more authentic? And for me, the line has always been, if I believe in this product, I want this product. Like, I want to own it. I use it all the time. I do believe it's extraordinary. I have no problem doing the ad read for it or whatever, like, or talking about it. Like, to me, I'm true to myself. I think I use this. I think it's fabulous, right? But Eric,
I have a very different line.
You expanded my understanding of this. You're like, dog, fucking chill out. It's just a commercial.
It's a commercial. But here's also, this is how I distinguish it, right? So there are two companies, woodworking companies that I work with, Festool and Shaper. And I was using both of those tools before they were sponsors. I believe in their product. I believe in the quality of the products they put out. And so that I had them in the shop before we worked together anyway. If you want to give me money because it's in my shop, great. That means I can pay my mortgage for another month. Every other sponsorship I take is outside of the woodworking field. Because if somebody is watching my videos and coming to me for woodworking advice or design advice, and then they see a commercial for a woodworking product, I don't want their perception of the information and educational components of my videos to be influenced by that commercial. But if it's a commercial that has nothing to do with woodworking, if
Solar
it's fucking
panels.
whatever, NordVPN, like whatever the fuck it is, I don't give a shit. That company is paying me for a 30-second commercial, and it has nothing to do with woodworking. You get what you want, which is a commercial. I get what I want, which is to be able to eat at the end of the fucking week. And the customer, the viewer gets what they want, which is woodworking content.
Is that selling out?
The fucking ad.
Is that selling out?
Answer. Again, it allows me to pay my mortgage. So if that's the case,
selling
then I'll
out?
happily sell out to be able to not be homeless.
Is that a yes or a no?
I don't see that any different from teaching.
Is that a yes, I sold out, or a no?
Yes, Paul, it's selling out.
I don't know. Is it because you need the money? You need to eat. You need your mortgage. Like,
well,
is that?
Yes, listen. Do I think it's selling out in my heart of hearts? No, but I don't think it's any different from doing anything else for a paycheck. What I have at the end of the day is a vehicle to be able to make creative work. And I think that's the important part. And however I can achieve that is not misleading the audience, then I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right. This is really a moving target, honestly. It's per person moving. It's conditionally moving across your life. Like, what situation are you in? Where, like, this moves in multiple axes, like multidimensionally. I'm having trouble like pinning down what is selling out. Sean and Kate, both of you do ads for like art companies. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that selling out?
Well, it's like with Eric, like those are companies that we used before. Like I used the brushes before I had any affiliation. So like, I help them. They make us do ads for them. So that part does feel a bit sellouty, but we get paid.
Then you get money or you get materials.
And that's the thing where it's like not all selling out is bad, but I think it also changes with like careers too. Like to be the artist that I want to be, I would love to just make paintings and drawings and sculptures that I want to make, but I can't make a career off of that. Like we were talking about, my favorite pieces are hanging on the wall here. Those are my favorites. They didn't sell. That's fine. But I would not have a career if I didn't sell out pretty much all the time. I don't want to make reels. I don't want to make reels, but I have to. Like,
gotta play the game.
Gotta play the game.
Yeah, we would all love to be a trust fund baby, wouldn't we?
Oh my God, it'd be amazing.
It'd be so good.
Eric, there are no trust fund babies in this channel.
Well, right. Well, but so then that brings up somebody that I know in our
trust
space, in the woodworking space, and I'm not going to name names, and they are a trust fund baby, but they are held in very high regard as like so pure. Such a pure artist.
Dude, you and I are talking about this later.
Sure. We can take this off air, not even in the after show. And I don't mean to disparage them because they are, in my experience at least, they've been very kind. But they, like, the public perception of them is they are just like pure artists through and through. And like, yeah, of course, they've never had to worry about a fucking paycheck. They've never had to think about like, am I going to be able to afford my apartment? Because they've always had that access. Okay, if they didn't, then I wonder what they'd be doing for money.
Okay. Painting's got that too. It's totally got that.
What's this? Say it again, Sean.
Painting has the same thing. Some of the biggest like famous figurative painters that have opened these movements of schools come from trust funds. You know that you read their name, you're like, oh fuck, that's like a massive banking company or whatever, You're like, oh, that's why you can like, that's why you're so like, then the same thing, like they're like pure into this art and this crap, but that's because they can afford dollars. We're like, I gotta work for the mint, and that's fine because I know I'm going into it. I know I'm going to get a paycheck. I know I can do the job, and I'm going to get a paycheck, and I can go pay my bills, and that's it. But yeah,
Sean, we haven't focused on the fact that Conrad and Eric and I are from the woodworking world, and you and Kate are largely from the painting world. We haven't touched on that at all because honestly, this topic is much larger than any discipline. Are you guys in the dark? What's going on over there? Is Kate putting the moves on you?
Come on up. Where's the light?
Or they forgot they forgot to pay the electricity bill.
We got yeah, exactly. This is what happens when you don't sell out.
Sorry.
Light died.
Okay, now that the lights are back on, is there, Sean and Kate, is there any a part of this conversation that you think might be specific to painting as like somewhat different from some of the other maker trades? About so,
I do.
Please tell me.
What I think
explain.
One of the things is if you're a gallery painter, that shit is weird because like you do a year of work, you get it into a gallery, and there's zero guarantee of making any money. It's like then now the job comes for the gallery to sell the work and give you only 50%, and they can sell nothing, and they did their job. Because there's no guarantee. So like doing that. So then you do a bunch of paintings for show and you got to think about like, what can they sell? Because if you're purely yourself, it might not sell. But like, I think that's the biggest difference is with gallery type of showing where like commission is one thing I get paid. Cool. Mint, I get paid. I'll happily do a job you tell me to do when I know there's a paycheck at the end of my job. But when it's a gallery thing and I put in all my heart and soul into something, and then now you've got to like try and sell it, but you don't really care that much because you're working with 15, 20 other artists. It's a shitty business model and requires a lot of selling out for you to just like kind of anticipate what's going to sell out. So that's a weird game. Like, and that's why I do more commercial work, because I know I'm getting a paycheck. Illustration, like, tell me what to paint. You want me to paint fucking Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe? Sure. Let's get it on, right? And because you're paying me at the end of it,
Hell
I did
yeah.
I did that
He
for
did
like
the
an
box.
action figure. It's just like, but that's cool, It's like it was fun because like I knew going in it was going to be different and weird. I liked G.I. Joe as a kid, and then just like knowing it's a job that I'm going to get paid for is such a different thing than what I started my career with, where it's like this hope you're going to make money always. So I got into teaching because I knew I'd get a paycheck, and I've been teaching this whole time. But the goal was always to do gallery work, which I've come to realize is just a joke of a business model.
It's interesting that early on in your career, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, early on when you started out, I think we all have that same dream. Those of us who want to be creative professionally of like, wouldn't it be cool if I could just fucking get paid for my work? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
And then you start to get paid for your work and you're like, fuck, I'm a sellout.
Yeah. It's like, shit. It's probably the same in everything. Music, any creative thing. It's like once you start making money and people like you, you're kind of a sellout. Once you get fans, you're a sellout. But really, like, you're successful. That's what it is. And that's...
Well, I was wondering that the whole conversation I've been thinking, like, how much is this a generational thing? Like listening to the way that you're talking about it sounds so punk rock. It sounds so like, fuck you, fuck the man. I'm not going to do any of it. And then you contrast that 30 years later with like Gen Z on TikTok. And there's no, I don't want to be that guy shitting on a whole generation.
But I'm gonna.
It feels as though the driver, like, and I think it's all cyclical. I think this was like 80s glam rock too, right? So it's not new, but it is different from what we're describing here. The entire goal is how famous can we get? How much money can we get? Like that's the barometer. Whereas
and that's not
like,
selling out, right? If
right.
That's
So
your
it's
goal,
not selling
that's
out
not selling
to them.
at all.
Right. It's not that is just like, that's as maybe creatively fulfilling, maybe, as fucking the punk rockers in the early 90s being like, I don't even want to sell tickets. Fuck you. I'm going to play in the back of this goddamn dumpster and there's going to be nobody there and it's going to be the best goddamn show we ever put on.
Conrad, I know you feel that punk rock analogy.
Yeah. My friend Rainey has this theory that that people who listen to punk rock have a deep understanding of, they've got a deep understanding of what they perceive selling out to be. And people who didn't listen to punk rock or were not exposed to it just don't. This is his theory. And he explained it to me years ago. And I think about
That's so specific.
I think about that more often than I probably should, but it also kind of holds water a little bit more consistently than I would have thought. So yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I got into design because the idea of going to, everybody was trying to push me to go to art school, and I thought, I'm not sure I can do that. I don't I want a house someday. I don't want to be a starving artist. How many people can actually make a living doing this? So to me, the sidestep or the selling out was studying graphic design.
But it probably didn't feel like selling out because
it didn't, because again,
because your
at
actions
some point,
were aligned with your goals.
Right. But at some point somebody said it's a choice. I think Kate said it's a choice. And that's very much what that was. It was, okay, I need a creative outlet in some capacity. I need to work with my hands. I need to do things with my hands. So, studying fine art, I loved it. And I enjoyed painting. I enjoyed sculpting. I enjoyed all of that stuff, but felt like that was too risky. So then went into the design side because I thought, well, there's maybe enough of a creative outlet here. And for a while there was, got to be an art director and thought, well, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And then started making furniture, and that was, holy shit, I need way more of this in my life than, because that felt like a creative expression that I was needing, and then just jumped ship and made planes for a living, which is kind of bananas, but it allowed for all of those other boxes to get checked.
Conrad, none of that sounds like selling out to me. It sounds like I perceive, like I wanted this for my life, and I pointed myself in the trajectory that is most likely to give me that, while also satisfying some of my creative wants and needs.
Right, but
that does not sound like selling out to me at all.
No, but it's as Kate said, it's choices. You're making as informed a choice as you can. So maybe that's a different way of expressing selling out, right? We are all constantly making choices about, am I going to work with this person? Do I get a good vibe from this person or not? Yes or no. Cut them out or go running at them and invite them to spend the weekend with you, right? Which is it going to be? Those are all choices, right?
So two very different choices.
Yes, those are different.
Well, y'all, amazing conversation. We're already at an hour and a half. I don't know where it went because it just evaporated, but that's what it should be when you have 5 passionate people who like making things in art. I guess what my parting words, not that they're like sage and we need Paul's parting words. I don't mean it like that, but like
benediction.
No, if I could at least express what I'm coming away with, not as like that's what all y'all are, but at least I'll give you my impression is like, okay, the idea of authenticity, which we started with, is fairly straightforward. Like there's research on it. It can be defined in many different ways. That definition of awareness and unbiased processing and behavior, acting on that, and then relational orientation, like, being authentic with your friends, like that doesn't seem so complicated to me. I think all of us buy into that. Now, whether you think there's more aspects to it is fine or not, but like that's kind of straightforward. But what I guess was the big surprise to me tonight is like, what the fuck does selling out even mean anymore? Like Sean, you're like, the minute you tell me to do anything, I'm selling out.
Yeah.
Like, that's like,
but now I literally work for the man.
like I'd say that's like the most like demanding or extreme version of selling out. And then there's other versions of selling out. Eric, I feel like you're the most like flexible, gender fluid, if you will.
We can call it morally ambiguous. It's fine. I know where I stand.
No, where selling out is like, if my actions don't jive with my value system right now, that might be selling out, but my value system may change depending on time, depending on circumstance, and what I need. You know?
Yeah, that makes me sound mildly sociopathic.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No. I just think like what your goals are. Like, and Conrad, you were just talking about this with your design path. Is like my goals. I defined my goals and did my decisions align with my goals. And if they do, that's not selling out. And if they don't, it may not. Anyway. You see, I feel as though this part of the conversation, as opposed to authenticity, is far more like difficult to define, a moving target, personal. Each of us, I think, has a different definition of what selling out is. I'd say Kate and Sean are probably the most aligned. Like the two of them are peas in a pod, no doubt. But I think me and Conrad and Eric differ from that to some extent, and each of us is a different point on a continuum. So what a fantastic discussion. Thank you, Kate and Sean. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Thank
course,
you.
yeah,
That was a really good chat, for
Super
sure.
fun.
That was great.
The two of you are exceptional artists. Actually, Kate and Sean, why don't you tell people where to see your art?
I'm mostly on Instagram at just Sean Cheetham. That's the easiest way to find me.
Yeah, easiest way for me too, at Kate Zambrano or through my website, katezambrano.com.
Okay. And I
we're not
think
selling
on
out.
But we're not selling
I'm
out.
telling you.
on our
Books are
Instagram,
closed, baby.
on our Instagram, I would like to feature, like to show what both of y'all make, so that because this is obviously I think most of our listeners are woodworkers, but not all, because this is not really about woodworking. This podcast is about art, creativity, design, philosophy. So I think we have a lot of different artist types. So I'd love to show people what the two of you do. You're truly phenomenal artists. Thank you for today's discussion.
Thank you
And of course,
so
Conrad,
much.
as always.
Thank you.
This
Thanks
is-
again.
buddy. You've been on this show so many. You know this is an audio format.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
sorry.
can't just nod and wink.
I just
you know?
I just made a heart with my hands. Okay. And Eric, as always, you're my bae.
Love you, buddy.
I'm looking forward to what we talk about in the after show. If you want to tune in to see the audio feed, to see the lights going out in Sean and Kate's place, to see all the antics going on, just join our Patreon. We also appreciate it just to support us. And you get the after show, you get the video feed, and now we have a chat community going where all the very, I'd say, passionate listeners are sharing about topics in advance. So I've been posting the topics before they occur, and people are listing kind of their questions or their thoughts. And actually, I'm going to farm some of that for our episodes. So if you'd like to be part of that, just subscribe to our Patreon, and we will see you in the after show, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.